Hey, everybody, this is Kyle Bennett, co-host of Guzman's Gridiron, founder of Underground Sports Philadelphia, and your voice of Vineland High School football on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. I know it was mentioned on this episode of Guzman's Gridiron, and we posted it on social media this week due to just our overjoyed excitement about the opportunity that we thought we were going to be able to cross-platform Guzman's Gridiron, not only on our platforms, but on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel as well, to help promote a positive thing going on in Vineland High School with the football team, with one of the best members of their staff in Jose Guzman, and obviously spotlighting some extremely talented and smart students on this Vineland football team. But it was brought to my attention today on Wednesday that unfortunately upper admin shot the idea down. We're very disappointed in the decision, obviously, because we want to promote that positive message that we have done so on this show for 7 years with Coach Russo and now Coach Guzman. But unfortunately, Guzman's Gridiron will not, I want to repeat that, it will not be premiering on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel prior to all games this year. We will still be looking into potential ways to make things work and bring this show to the masses. But your support on this show means the world to us. And for you at home listening and watching, this does not change your experience whatsoever. Guzman's Gridiron will still be available on the Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast feed, on the brand new audio feed that we mentioned on Apple and Spotify, and more platforms to come. And it will be, as of now, exclusively available on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, premiering typically every Wednesday night around 6 p.m. Eastern time. Big thank you to everybody who tunes into this show. I know when we made the announcement, everyone was very excited to see the support roll in. It's always amazing to see. But as of now, and to be determined for the foreseeable future, Guzman's Gridiron will not be airing on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. I want to apologize to everyone who thought that was going to be the case, but we will be looking for avenues to bring this show to more and more people. But the best way to do that is to let everybody know to subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe to Guzman's Gridiron on the Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast feed and the Guzman's Gridiron podcast feed. Your support means the world to us. And let's have a wonderful 2024 Vineland High School football season. And without any further ado, here is the Season 2 premiere of Guzman's Gridiron, and kicking off our 7th season in partnership with Vineland High School football and the Red and Gray Gridiron Group. Thanks, everybody. What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Xavion Diaz. A great throw. Diaz wide open.
There we go. Give it a good pull. And Vineland defense. Oh, no.
What? That was a little suspect there. Welcome back, everybody. It is season 2 of Guzman's Gridiron and year 7 of our partnership here at Underground Sports Philadelphia with Vineland High School Football. I am Kyle Bennett here with head coach of Vineland High School Football, Coach Jose Guzman. Coach, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
It's fun. It's fun. It's going to be a great season.
We are super excited for year 2 of Guzman's Gridiron and 7 years of doing this partnership show with Vineland High School Football. How's the offseason been? It's crazy that the offseason is technically over. It is a game week as we sit here and record this, a short week at that. But how exciting is it that week 0 is upon us?
The kids are thrilled. The coaching staff is thrilled. Quite honestly, I believe the kids are just tired of hitting against each other, and they want their exploits felt on the field. So we'll see what happens come Thursday against the St. Joey's.
Crazy that it's been as long as it has been. We did a test run of our brand new broadcast system on Friday for the scrimmage against Williamstown, which, guys, you don't know what you have coming with these new broadcast capabilities we have, so definitely tune in Thursday night if you're not going to be at the game, because the broadcast that you have come to know and love over the last 4 years is elevating 100x. It's going to be insane. We are so pumped for it, but, we were sitting and talking about it, it's been 5 years since Vineland has played St. Joe's. The last time Vineland High School was playing St. Joe's was at Gatone Stadium, and Jada Byers was a senior in high school. Yeah. He's now a senior in college.
It's
Time flies.
It's like this, Kyle. When you blink, it's like, wait, 4 or 5 years passed? Yeah. Time waits for no man, and again, we're anticipating what's to come this season.
We are excited to get into breaking down the game and everything, but we do have some very fun announcements for this show in particular to lead things off with. If you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, and of course you can watch the show premiere live, typically every Wednesday night around 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. But that's not going to be the only place you're going to be able to watch this show this year, because we've come to an agreement with the amazing people at Vineland Public Broadcasting, and big shout out to our executive producer, Doug Diola. Before every Vineland High School football game that is streamed on the YouTube channel for Vineland Public Schools, the hour before, it's going to be Guzman's Gridiron streaming on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel.
And there goes that one.
And there is that. We are super excited to be bringing this show to a brand new audience that may not know the show exists, and
awesome.
Getting it in front of the Vineland Public Schools audience before every game this season on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. So subscribe to that channel as well. Every game day, an hour beforehand, it's going to be going live on that YouTube channel to watch. So we'll have a True Blue pregame show.
That's awesome. That's great that you're allowing for that for the kids. It's just a great. I've said it, and I'll keep saying it, even when Coach Russo was here. What you did for him, you guys are great. Keep up the great work, because these kids need this type of exposure.
And on top of that, we will have the show remaining on the Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast feed. So if you're already subscribed there, keep subscribing, listen on there. But Guzman's Gridiron will also have its own dedicated RSS feed, so you can subscribe. If you just want Guzman's Gridiron, it'll be available on Apple and Spotify and all your podcast platforms in the very near future. But we're going to have that ready to rock and roll for this episode that you're listening to now. So subscribe over there and keep subscribing to Underground Sports Philadelphia as well, and you'll get the show on both platforms and on both YouTube channels. So excellent. Very exciting stuff there. But Coach, week 0, St. Joe's, and it's no joke to start this year. You guys are road dogs for the first month of the season, 4 straight road games, and it does start with St. Joe's Hammonton, and they're kind of a new look St. Joe's, I feel like, from the last time you guys had played them. They've gone through a lot of changes just at their school in general. What are some things that you guys have been preparing for to get ready for this new look St. Joe's Hammonton?
I give all the credit in the world to St. Joe and that coaching staff. My brother Ron Dorsey, love him to death. That's family. He's heading that group, and he's doing a hell of a job. He's getting them kids prepared. We know that as a staff. So, at the end of the day, what we're looking at is we know that these kids that go to these parochials, they're athletes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just your run-of-the-mill, quote unquote, and I say that loosely, ordinary athletes. They're your upper echelon athletes usually. So we know what we're in for. We have athletes of our own that are very comparable. And again, I'm going to put my money, if I'm a betting man, on my team, as Ronnie would for his team. But it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be something that we're going to really gauge and see where our kids are come that game, come Thursday. So, again, we only wish as a coaching staff the best to St. Joe and Ron and his coaching staff. But somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. So again, I'm really excited about this Thursday coming up. Personal,
and it is
in a good way.
Fascinating that it is a Thursday start, as we're kind of dubbing it Thursday Night Football on VPS.
Right.
What is the difference with preparation, especially since it's week 0, where you have the full off season to kind of lead into this game, but what is the preparation for a Thursday game as opposed to a Friday kind of look like when it comes to just the day-to-day for you guys as coaches and getting prepared for a quote-unquote short week?
Yeah, I mean, it's always weird in a short week because you're trying to find out, how to maximize your time, how to be as efficient as possible while, again, still maximizing your time. So what we did was we got together as a staff, for 3 hours or so, a little over. It's always over. It's never before. It's always over. But we got into the drawing board and started to come up with a solid game plan offensively, defensively for them. Actually, right after the Williamstown game, we met for a little while. And then on Sunday, we met again for the long duration. We'll meet again today because today is film and install and lifting. So we'll meet again after practice at 8. And that'll be probably 2 or 3 hour journey. But again, it's all worth it because we want to put our kids ultimately in positions to win. So whatever it takes to put our kids in a position to win is what we're going to do as a coaching staff. So kudos to my coaching staff. I love them guys. They're great, all of them, top down.
And, I was at the scrimmage against Williamstown and some new faces on that sideline with you this season. Talk about just some of the new additions to the coaching staff and your excitement for some new voices, some new faces in that locker room with this team this year.
I'll tell you what, we have some new faces, but they're old faces.
Right.
We have the likes of Justin Diaz. He's helping out with our linemen offensively, defensively. We have the Hulk. Yeah, we're going back to superheroes. We have the human Hulk and Coach Donovan Bennett.
My man.
Yes, great dude. He's also heading the offensive defensive lineman, or helping with the offensive lineman, heading the defensive lineman. We also have the likes of T.O., the man-child, Davon Seymour.
He's back.
He's back, dude. He's back. And these are guys that have played for me. These are guys that I trust. These were program kids, and they're they sprouted into something very special. And I want them giving back to the community. And what better way to, give back than to go back, home, come back home. I also have Tim Jones. He's helping out as well with the offensive and defensive line. So we have Jason Torres, coach down at 3rd Street. Coach Ray Fitton, coach down at 3rd Street as well. I'm just trying to bring to light that, and all my coaches know, it's one family. It's one family. It's the Vineland High School football family. And whatever I can do to mend, those bridges between the Blitz and 3rd Street, that's why I have 3 coaches from the Blitz, 3 coaches from 3rd Street, so the kids see the familiarity right when they step on the field. Oh, okay, this was my coach. They see that, they feel that, and they understand that it's one family. That's it. There is no Blitz High School. There's no 3rd Street High School. It's Vineland High School.
And
So
hell,
let's
we have
come
a
together.
former Millville graduate on the coaching staff.
Yes, and listen, Coach Hendricks, my offensive coordinator, excellent guy. Yes, he played for, the town next door. Yeah, he did play for Millville. But he's here with us. He's home. He's with us. He's a Vineland coach through and through. And we love him. We absolutely love him. The kids love him. Of course, we still have Coach Smith.
You want to talk about Human Hulk?
Another guy. I mean,
I dubbed him on Friday night. I dubbed him Professor X of this team because Ryan Shelton is his first mutant.
Yeah.
He is the Cyclops to Cliff's Professor X.
And notice we keep this theme of X-Men because I am surrounded by real life X-Men. I mean, Hendricks is this gigantic
There's some
guy.
mutant genes on this coaching staff.
It's unbelievable. Smith, some mutant genes, and Ryan, of course, Donovan, he's like a sidewalk breaker, you know what I mean? But
and then we got Cerebro right here.
There we go. And I just try to mesh all these attitudes and all these mindsets together so that we flow like water, man. And luckily, knock on wood, it's been happening. And I just love the fact that we're doing all this work for the kids together. There is no egos on this coaching staff. There is nobody wearing a chip. Not even myself. I take suggestions from whoever, as long as we can win together, and it really is a formulated idea that we've come up with together, I have no problem.
And you guys showcased that down the stretch last year, where there was a 1-5 start to the year last year. Obviously, you had gotten started late. It was just a hodgepodge of getting things together and being prepared and putting pieces of the puzzle together as you went. But then that 4-game win streak happens. You get to 5-5, and that just showed to me, and I think everybody at home, that this team, the core that's back this year, not talking about the seniors that graduated. Congratulations to them, obviously.
Absolutely, 100%. Great kids.
That this group now knows how to win together. That is back. These upperclassmen went on a trek last year where they learned how to win week over week over week, and can now bring that information and bring that attitude and bring that just culture that you guys started to lay the foundation for last year into this year's team. And I think a big part of helping that is you guys have pretty much the same coaching staff back this year, which I think just the camaraderie and the continuity of that plays a huge part in just the build up from year one to year two.
You're absolutely right. I try to keep that continuity going between all of us, the whole staff, and it's luckily it's worked out where we haven't had too many guys leave, and if they did, it was for their personal reasons that I won't talk about at all. That's their personal reasons. But again, I wish them all the best. No harm, no foul, and the guys that we got left in the coaching room they're quality guys, man. Quality guys.
And it's not like Coach Marcelino Hader's going too far because he is joining our football broadcast this season
He's still
for
on,
Vineland Public Broadcasting.
He's still on.
He's going to be all over.
You're still on. No, but he's excellent, man. Excellent. He's still on. He's doing more behind the scenes work for us. So I couldn't be happier, Kyle. I really couldn't. We have good guys.
And we were talking on Friday. We were talking a little bit before we started recording. This defense is loaded with upperclassmen, with experience, and I think with just a physicality factor that improved even from last year. The core that is back on this defense is pretty much the same exact defense, maybe a couple changes here and there, but these returners are a year wiser, a year more of experience in Coach Smith's system, and on Friday night, I was impressed in a lot of facets with this defense, with a lot of names that it's crazy that they're seniors this year. But, man, am I excited to watch this defense work week over week.
And you see how that excitement that you're talking about, and I will talk about that, but the excitement you're talking about defensively, that's where we're trying to get it for the special teams and offense. One collective unit of this type of feel. Right, where you're excited. But yeah, in talking just about the defense, these kids are flying around. They know their reads. They know their alignment. They know their assignment. I mean, it's just a matter of now just playing, and they're playing fast. The 7-on-7s, we had a plethora of 7-on-7s this offseason. The kids really benefited. The younger kids benefited even more. So now it's just a matter of we're recognizing things faster. The younger guys are recognizing things faster, and we're really flying to the ball. It's 5 to 8 guys on a hat. I mean, once that ball carrier gets the ball, you got 5 to 8 guys that are coming, and the rest of the infantry. The rest of the 11 are coming, but typically 5 to 8 are coming and making sure they solidify that tackle. And again, Coach Smith's magic, man. He's got a lot of different looks out of really not that big of a set to choose from, but it's so many looks within those sets that you don't know what he's going to throw. You have no idea. It looks like a 4-3 defense. Well, guess what? It might not be a 4-3 defense. You better find out where,
like a 5-2 at you.
Yeah, he's really masked the way that he throws the defense out at you, and he's done it in such a way where the kids picked up very quickly. Which, again, my motto has always been simple, sweet to these guys. You know, to Coach Hendricks, the OC, and the DC and Coach Smith, it's always been simple, sweet so that our kids can play faster. We want them playing faster. So they've done their due diligence and made it that way. And now you see what's happening on the field where the kids are just flying to the ball.
Some of the guys that we were talking about on the broadcast that, again, it's crazy that they're seniors, but like the likes of Xavier Diaz, the likes of Saquon Anderson, the likes of Noah Cruz, who had some phenomenal plays on Friday.
Yes.
These guys, those three in particular, and there's even more, the Mark Mutchersons, the entire D-line even.
Donnie
is going to be a force. Like,
I've
every
always loved that kid,
level
always.
of this defense, not only are they just, like, skilled at what they do, they're so versatile. And I think that just adds to what Coach Smith is able to do with masking the defense to be this kind of like hybrid type of defense that you don't know what's coming at you. And you have guys who can play all over the field, not even including, you know, a Mason Afanador. Like
100%.
There's so many players on this team that can do so many different things that whether they're playing safety, linebacker, edge rusher, you know, they're going to make a play as soon as that ball is snapped.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, another kid, Aiden Barriento, you know, another year wiser, you know, just a great kid. Then you have, you know, this kid that reminds me, and I've told him in his face, it reminds me a lot of a young man that I used to have that was a diamond in the rough, but what a diamond he turned out to be, and Naheem Anderson. And the kid I'm talking about is Ronald Temple. This
Great
guy,
name.
This guy he brings that energy. He brings that energy, and I'm very proud of him because he jumped back into the saddle. He left the football arena for a couple years. He played for us as a freshman, left due to some things that were going on in his life. But he got his act together in a big way, showed me that he was willing to do what it took to be a part of this team. And now his senior year, he's come in and he's a spark. I mean, he is offensively and defensively. So remember that name, Ronald Temple, as well.
You heard it here first. And, you know, to flip it, too, to the offense, for everyone at home, it's not like I'm not excited about the offense. The mystery of this offense and what its potential can be has me excited. There's so many new faces on the offense. Obviously, a much different-looking offensive line that it may seem scary for a lot of people at home because it is such a turnover. It's such a pivotal position, pivotal role. But it's exciting in the sense that, like, they're going to learn together again and be a unit together and go through this process and figure things out. What has excited you so far about just seeing this offense grow over the offseason and in the scrimmages that you had against Hammonton, Williamstown, and them kind of learning as they go together?
Again, younger group offensively. You know, there's going to be some freshmen in there. I'm getting their just dues and their licks. But the good part is that they're all meshing together, as you well put it. I mean, you have, you know, Jose Phoebus playing a new role. He's not playing on that front line anymore. You know, he worked his game and honed his craft to be a fullback, so we're utilizing him in that aspect. And I didn't forget about you, Phoebus. Yes, he's our other outside linebacker. He's probably over there like, he forgot about me.
But again, versatility, fullback, linebacker.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him because, again, he went from being a lineman last year to now honing his craft into becoming a fullback and getting some carries and such, and he's doing a great job. But, again, being so that we're so young, we are learning together, you know, in that offensive room. Coach Hendricks really has that laid out clear. His supporting cast, I mean, they do such a great job of X's and O's together. It's going to be fun to see what type of game plan tonight I get to see that first spark tonight with the guys and see what skeleton, if you will, he has laid out for the incoming Joeys.
It's going to be a lot of fun just in general to kind of see this team grow together as a full team as well. And if you need a team to help you grow, our good friends, Allen Associates, are back on board with us this season. I want to thank them for sponsoring Guzman's Gridiron. And if you're looking for a reliable and experienced insurance agency that caters to all your needs, look no further than Allen Associates Insurance Services. With over 6 decades of experience under their belt, they specialize in health insurance, financial services, and accounting. And whether you're a part of the public or private sector, they've got you covered. Their family-owned business currently helps upwards of 300 groups throughout New Jersey, providing them with the best insurance options available. You can easily learn more and access their services by visiting their newly renovated website, AllenASSOC.com. It'll be linked in the description of both the podcast and YouTube portion of this video, so definitely click the link in the description to check out their website. So join the family and let them help you secure your future. Contact them online today or call 856-692-2250. That's 856-692-2250. Big thank you to Allen Associates for being a proud partner of Guzman's Gridiron.
Absolutely.
They're the best.
Absolutely. They've been supporters. I mean, we can't thank them enough. Just great people.
Absolutely amazing. And, you talked about the special teams as well.
Yes.
Another changing of the guard.
The
golden leg has put his golden leg in the trophy case.
He has. He's using it for another team now.
Yeah.
God bless him. I wish him so much luck. I mean, great kid. I love that kid.
What is the situation special teams looking like, and what intrigues you about just the capability? Because obviously we've talked, on and off show, how pivotal it is to win all 3 phases of a game in order to be successful. What about this year's special teams unit has you excited for the potential that they possess?
It's going from Marcelino led to another former player of mine that I forgot to mention in the opening, Henry Garton. Great kicker that we had here. He spoke with me, wanted to get on the coaching staff. That was a no-brainer. Great kid. This is his first real coaching gig, but he knows his position in and out. He was a punter, he was a kicker, and he was a field goal specialist as well. He held down all phases, just like Greif. So who better than to go ahead and give some knowledge to these younger guys, I'm very excited to have him on board. He, along with Shelton and a couple of the other coaches that are kind of on the sidelines helping, but those are the 2 main cogs. Coach Shelton and Coach Garton will be holding down the special teams component. So look for a little difference than Marcelino ran things, but it's going to be good because it's going to be 2 guys. You're going to have a defensive type mind in Shelton, along with a real kicking mind in Garton, and that, thank goodness that mesh has been really solid. They work really, really well together.
Did they overlap playing-wise?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, they overlap playing-wise. So it's my guys. I'm hiring Vineland guys for a reason. I want these kids to understand that if one day I were to decide to, leave this, situation behind and let someone else overtake this position, it's going to be a Vineland guy. It's going to be one of my guys that played for us here at Vineland, so that the community understands it's a Vineland guy taking over this program, not an outsider.
And, you look at just the camaraderie of this team, and like you said, the Vineland guys on the sideline, and just the way that somebody like Coach Hendricks has bought in, not only when he was the defensive coordinator when Coach Smith was away, comes in and says, hey, I'll tackle this new role and be an offensive coordinator, and has taken over the role admirably. And to have those 2 minds on the sideline with you along with the rest of the coaching staff, it is one giant hive mind together that just knows what the common goal is, and that's to have Vineland as successful as possible.
Absolutely. Again, I can't say enough about my OC and DC. Dwayne and Cliff are great. Outside of football, great men. Okay, they're both great men. Now you put them in talks in the football arena. they both reached the highest plateau you can reach in football. You know, they both played for the NFL in their respective years. You know, Hendricks won a ring with Eli Manning, and Cliff got cut short on that aspect. NFL, however, he did capture a ring with the Philadelphia Soul with Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's team. So
And Coach Hendricks won a Arena Football League title as
yes,
well.
he did. And Coach Hendricks won his other Arena Football League title. So we have, just between them, gentlemen, the amount of experience and know-how of the game is out of control.
Not many schools have one coordinator that has NFL experience, let alone two.
Two. So, and not only that, but then you have the guys underneath that a lot of my guys played D1 ball, you know, or who played D2, D3. I mean, we all
Shelton played some semi-pro.
Yes, I mean we all have, between us all, we have a abundance of knowledge of the game in all phases too, which is really, really nice to have. And again, I wouldn't choose a better family of gentlemen to be around and game plan with, you know, come the weekend for our opponent than these guys. They're great guys to be around.
One more topic before we hit our commercial break here, you know, before we get into St. Joe's Hammonton as a whole, but we mentioned earlier, you know, 4 straight road games, a weird schedule to start in terms of just like game day itself this season, where you guys are going from Thursday football to Saturday afternoon to Friday night to Thursday night again. I joked it's like playing a MAC college schedule. You know, you're Tulane or something like that. What challenges as a coach, you know, it is such a rare circumstance where that is the case, where it is such a fluctuating game day for you. What challenges does that present, and what excites you about the challenge? What is something that is going to be something that you're going to learn from the challenge of just such a off-kiltered, you know, start to the season?
Being so that it is like that, it's like almost an imbalance of, if you will. It's not your typical work week, right? And that's how it's going to be for the next 4 weeks, which is weird. However, you know, what I'm learning from it, this is my first time ever going through something like this, where it's every week is something different. I'm learning to manage my time better, be more efficient, and get down to what we need to do for the week, instead of, you know, all right, well, we can kind of do this. No, we've got to filter all the you know, the stuff that we really don't need out of the equation, so that we can just focus in on what we need to do for the game, be efficient with that time, and then, you know, come game day, we got to roll.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to preview Vineland versus St. Joe's Hammonton on the road this Thursday night, and we'll get into some alumni talk as well, as we had a special visitor on the sidelines at Friday's scrimmage, and we'll talk about his escapades, or should I say SB-capades, along with a former Vineland player being named a captain at his select school, plus a whole lot more right here on Guzman's Gridiron on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network and Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. Hey, everybody, quick ad break, and I want to talk to you about our amazing sponsor, Allen Associates, returning for a second season here on Guzman's Gridiron. We are extremely thankful to have them on board with us for the 2024 Vineland football season. And if you are looking for a reliable and experienced insurance agency that caters to all your needs, look no further than Allen Associates Insurance Services. With over 6 decades of experience under their belt, they specialize in health insurance, financial services, and accounting. Whether you're a part of the public or private sector, they've got you covered. Their family-owned business currently helps upwards of 300 groups throughout New Jersey, providing them with the best insurance options available. You can easily learn more and access their services by visiting their newly renovated website, Allen Assoc, that's ALLENASSOC.com. So join the family and let them help you secure your future. Contact them today online or by calling 856-692-2250. That's 856-692-2250. Big thank you to Allen Associates for being a proud partner of Guzman's Gridiron. And welcome back, everybody. Big thank you to our sponsors. Coach, we had a special guest on Friday, and we'll talk more in the alumni segment, but I just want to hone in on this because I thought it was such a cool moment where Isaiah Pacheco shows up to the scrimmage on Friday at Catone Stadium, and just the aura that he brings now, and not that he didn't have it before, but it's elevated 100x, if not more, where you just see him walking in casually to his old stomping grounds, and for the entire second half, he's standing in line with every player that is currently on this roster. How cool as a coach and the relationship that you and Pop have was it to see him just come out and support during a preseason game? He doesn't have to do that, obviously, and he's home, after training camp and everything, getting ready for his own NFL season, but he comes out, supports this era of Vineland High School football, is in the trenches with everybody on the sidelines, clapping when guys are making big tackles, hitting big runs, finding their holes. It was really cool to watch from the booth, just the camaraderie that he was having with this era of Vineland football.
And let that serve to the community that these are the type of men we have, right? The Isaiah Pachecos, of course, the Jamil Dembys, right? These are the type of men that we have here in this program. You want to talk about giving back. I mean, these guys show up for things like this on a whim, And, yeah, Pop just showed up out of the blue, nonchalantly, too, And it was really nice. He came into the locker room and gave his little spiel to the kids, and they were really, really appreciative of him being there and talking with them. But he's that type of guy, man. When I tell you, and I've said it when he was a player here, that kid gives you his heart and soul. He really does. To the community as well. It's not just the football thing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, Jamil and Pop are just different dudes. They made it to the highest stage, but they're the most humblest guys. Like, they're hey, you want to come over? Yeah, I'll come over. Give me a few hours. I'll be over. Like, that's the type of guys these are. And I'm so lucky to be around gentlemen like that. And it's a really humbling experience to see, too, because they don't get these heads that are blown up like this. No, they're just humble guys that are all about their hometown and all about doing what's positive for the community and the kids of Vineland. So I'm really appreciative, and the coaching staff is really appreciative of these guys, And Pop, thank you for that. That was really, really, really excellent that you did that for us.
We mentioned, St. Joe's, but how pivotal was it to have 2 preseason games this year against a team like Hammonton, against a team like Williamstown to prepare for St. Joe's Hammonton, and just the caliber of teams that those two are, to kind of get looks at them in the preseason? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different than what an actual game day would be, but we were talking to play against a team like Hammonton, who just a couple years ago they were at the highest stage, and they are perennially just building that program to being a contender year in and year out, and Williamstown looking to get back to where they were a couple years ago now too, and just building that program back out to where it was just a short time ago. To get looks at them and to compete with them, blow for blow, and be able to kind of, just spar with them pretty much is what a preseason football game is,
right,
to prepare for your regular season. How just pivotal was that, and how do you think it will not only benefit you guys, but those two teams as well, to kind of get that look from Vineland?
Again, I want to thank Coach Razzo and his staff from Hammonton, former teammate of mine, stand-up guy, great person. Then you have the likes of Coach Frank Fucitola, legend.
Who's back.
Legend who's back in the
Welcome
flesh,
back.
Right? Again, a stand-up guy, quality program. This is what you want to gear your program, to be honest, to be like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're quality programs, in etiquette and their demeanor and how they compose themselves and how they just are as a staff and a unit. So why not scrimmage these two apex predators, if you will? You know what I mean? They've both won the likes of championships, and they're both respected highly amongst the coaching community. So I wanted the kids to get their just due of some excellent competition, and to see an excellent program come at them and give them their comeuppance, if you will, or try to at least. And this is what happened. We went up against Hammonton, and very formidable. It was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we tied that, or they may have kicked that field goal and maybe won.
Because I remember we were talking, and you said that you stopped them on the 4th and 3,
yeah,
and I think that's
that
such a huge
10,
thing.
Whew.
Like, that's a huge thing early in the preseason
Absolutely.
for a defense to get a stop like that against an opponent like that to
yeah.
just show, like, hey, we're capable of doing this.
100%. And even, Jimmy, when we talked after, it was just a great matchup. He got his work for his guys and saw what he needed to work on. We got our work, and we saw what we needed to work on. And then comes in Coach Fushitola and Williamstown, and we kind of, again, we let up them 2 big plays, but in reality, we were neck and neck with both them teams, and they know that. They totally know that because, again, after the game, we talked some sideline chatter, if you will, me and the coaches, and it's something where our kids got real good competition. A team like Hammonton that doesn't really make mistakes. They come in and you're going to make the mistake, and we're going to take advantage of you, not the other way around. Same thing with Fushitola, that same mindset. It's the same coaching tree, too, with Fushitola. So it's like the same mindset. You're going to make the mistakes, and we're going to capitalize on your mistakes, right? So it was just, again, for me, it was perfect, a perfect marriage and getting us to scrimmage these 2 teams. It was just very well done, and it's going to come again in the future. We have this great relationship, so it's going to keep going.
St. Joe's Hammonton is opponent number 1 when the games truly matter. What are you looking forward to in your early looks at what you expect to see from them, of how you guys kind of match up? What are some things that you're looking to really hone in on these next couple days of practice before Thursday night rolls around to really get the best out of every unit on this team?
Again, Ron Dorsey has done an excellent job with his team, with his coaching staff, with the program over there at St. Joseph Academy, and he's done an excellent job. So kudos to him and his staff. But we're looking to go ahead and put our product on the field, and our product, as you well know, defensively, we want to be physical, we want to be fast, and we want to swarm. Offensively, we want to play fast, and we want to be disciplined. So if we had to hone in on some keys that we really want to exploit this week, those would be the 5 keys that we really want. Those 3 on defense and the 2 that I mentioned on offense. But, in real big quotes and in real big bold lettering, discipline. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. The Hammonton game, we shot ourselves in the foot offensively and defensively. Come Williamstown, we shot ourselves in the foot offensively and defensively, letting up them 2 plays. So again, it's a matter of us becoming more disciplined at our craft, and best believe our coach is going to be honing in on all the little things this week.
I feel like it's something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough or as much in high school football as it does at the college level or the NFL. How pivotal do you think in a game like this against St. Joe's time of possession will be, where being able to secure the ball and you guys having, the ball in your possession offensively to really just kind of wear down their defense and be able to kind of let this offense grow and have lengthy drives where they're out on the field and doing it together in a game situation? How pivotal is time of possession going to be for you guys in terms of, looking at points of emphasis?
Time of possession is going to be critical, and we got to set the tone with special teams. Whether it's kickoff or kickoff return that we have come this Thursday, we have got to set the tone special teams-wise. This is something that I've already relayed to the special teams coaches. It's a third of the game. I mean, it's a big part of the game, and it gives you such field position, that we really, really need to count on. So, again, that helps with the time of possession, So, ultimately, of course, we want to wear down our opponent. And with all of the new adjustments that Coach Hendricks has made on offense and Coach Smith has made on defense, I think that's going to be a very viable situation. And as well as Coach Henry Garton and Coach Shelton working the special teams portion, we're gonna keep that on the wraps, I believe.
When it comes to Coach Ryan Shelton, seeing him kind of in that coaching role for the first time last year was very fun to watch. He's very energetic on the sidelines. He's very demanding in the best way possible of his players and knows what they're capable of. And that's what I mean by demanding. He knows what every single player that he is in charge of is capable of performing at and that level, and that's what he expects of them. What are you most excited about year 2 of Ryan Shelton, where he got his first run as a coach last year? What responsibilities do you feel like, obviously taking over with special teams is a huge responsibility, but what responsibilities do you feel like he's going to improve upon, and what are you most excited about for him to kind of just continue growing in this role as a young coach on this roster?
Well, to be honest, this young man has always been very knowledgeable about, his craft, football in general, even when he played here. I mean, he was years above his grade, if you will, and he's just really matured into an overall coach's coach. Ryan is special in that, again, he's bringing you that energy, that fire, but he's also very disciplined in his approach to game week. He has a standard that he has his DB group work to, and that's it. You don't want to see anything below that. You can go ahead and supersede it, but if you go below that, you're going to hear Coach Shelton.
And you look at the DBs on this roster.
Solid, very well coached, technique, fundamentals. These kids really don't miss.
The savvy vets of this team, if you will.
Yes. These kids they're honed in. They're locked in, as the young guys say, nowadays. And that's a testament to Coach Shelton's, tutelage. I mean, he's a coach that you never want to see leave your program. You want to keep him home. You want to keep him happy. And I know he's home, and I know he's happy, and he's here for the kids. That's the greatest attribute that I could say about Coach Shelton. He wholeheartedly is here for our kids, because he knows he was one of those kids. He lived that crazy era when they were, really destroying his psyche for no reason, okay? And he don't want to see that happen to our youth of today. So I absolutely love that guy, and I'm so proud and thrilled that he's part of this coaching staff.
He's the best.
Yes, he is.
What are some things that you've picked up on with St. Joe's that, seems to be some of their strengths? What are some things that, you've picked up on is like, oh, that's something, interesting that, and for everybody that doesn't know, West Jersey Football League, the conferences shift every 2 years. So there's going to be a lot of teams this year that we talk about. I think there's only maybe 3 that we have played over the past couple of seasons that are on this year's schedule. But St. Joe's, like we mentioned, they haven't played in 5 years, and some things change. What are some things that you've picked up on that St. Joe's does really well, whether it is, schematically, whether it's, a thing like Hammonton or Williamstown where they are disciplined, they have, they're going to take advantage of your mistakes? What's some things that St. Joe's does really well that, you're trying to really focus on and hone in on?
St. Joe's going to be St. Joe. They're going to be a disciplined ball club. They're going to be full of some athletes there, being so that it's a parochial school. And the main, in my opinion, what I take from them, that's their bread and butter is their scheme, the way they go about scheming. Ronnie, I know for a fact, is a great football mind. He's family, so I know that for a fact. So he's in that war room, if you will, and he's giving out suggestions, and he's, putting into theory and to application certain things that's what he does. And it's gotten him to a point. Again, we went against them on 7-on-7s this past summer, and you could just see he's really trying to spread things out. He's really trying to allow for his quarterback to get that timing down with his receivers, and it's working. He's causing space to happen in certain areas of the field so that his, top guys can be one-on-one with someone in space and make them miss, things of that nature. So he hones in on all these little intrinsic little things that people might just brush to the side, where Ronnie's like, wait a minute, I might be able to take advantage of something utilizing this. Let's do this instead of this. So that, to me, is their biggest and best attribute. Other than that, we're going to put a pant leg on at a time, helmet on, and, where the chips fall where they may come Thursday. But our kids will be ready, and I know he's going to be ready too. Dinner talk, man.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to
Someone's
lose.
gonna cook, and
Yes, and somebody's going to really be. Do you need
cleaning
anything?
up.
Do you need anything else done? No, but I love that man. I wish him all the best in his coaching staff for the year.
you know, from everything I was able to kind of digest from the scrimmage against Williamstown and what you mentioned there with what they're trying to do and kind of spread the offense open.
Yes.
I think that plays favorably well to the secondary on this Vineland defense with the guys that are going to be back there, you know, the Mutchersons, the Mason Afanadors, Xavier Diaz, and that entire crew on that DB group.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a group that I'd want to put my faith in having an opportunity to go one-on-one with somebody and knowing that I'm confident in them, it's this year's secondary.
Yeah. Being so that they're mostly all seniors now,
They've been through it.
They've been through all of it. I mean, even some playoff atmosphere type of situation. So they kind of know exactly where to be. They kind of know their rules in and out. I mean, these guys are vets now, so there is no. They don't second guess their reads.
Mm-hmm.
They see their read. They're there now. And then their tackling ability. I mean, they're sure tacklers. So. Yeah, we're gonna see come Thursday. You know, we could all talk a good game, talk is talk, but you know, come Thursday, we're gonna see where these guys really are mentally and physically as far as you know the game of football. We're gonna find out.
And I think, you know, when you look at a group like this where you mentioned there's going to be some freshmen getting their licks this year.
Yes.
How pivotal is it to have the likes of a Mark Mutcherson and a Xavier Diaz on this roster in particular, where those two guys were part of that small little group a few years ago that got called up as freshmen.
Yes.
And that was a rarity for this Vineland program at the time, where freshmen necessarily were not getting playing time at varsity. You had to earn that time. You had to go through the system and learn every bit of the system as much as possible to be able to perform on Friday nights. To have guys who were in that small little group, I think it was 4 or 5 of them that rose through the ranks as freshmen and made it through every single year, to have that leadership and that just knowledge of what it takes to perform at the varsity level as a freshman, to have them kind of at your disposal to talk to some of these freshmen, get them prepared for what, you know, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon is going to be like.
Absolutely.
How much of a bonus is that for you as a coaching staff?
It's great. It's again, it's an extension of us coaches, these seniors. You know, again, the likes of our DB room. It's lights out. It's a lot of seniors that can give all that knowledge to our younger guys, and the likes of, you know, our incoming freshmen at DB like George Figueroa III, things of that nature. Then we have Donnie St. Jean on the line.
One of the smartest humans.
Yes.
Not just football smart.
He's a smart kid.
He's
man.
just everything smart.
He's a smart kid. So, again, you have that young man, and he's talking to, like I said, and I've told you this, and I've told the community this, and I'll say it again, the best play in Vineland. I don't care if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. If you beat out someone for a position, it's yours. We have the likes of this kid, Aiden Zincraft. He's a freshman. Unbelievable. Man strength, fast, playing the end. Just a great delight to see. And then you have Donnie talking to him, giving him his feed on how he should, because Donnie's played pretty much every position on that front. So he's giving them all this knowledge. You know, you have Angel Monier. He's giving knowledge to these other younger guys as well. You know, you have Robbie Bono. You have his son. He's starting to do his due diligence at the DN spot too. Again, Donnie's in the fray, letting him know certain techniques. You know, try this, try that. It's just nice to see our upperclassmen handing down knowledge and really getting our younger guys comfortable in their position. You know what I mean? So,
and that's not even to mention somebody like Noah Cruz.
No, not.
He's kind of like the big brain in the middle of this defense that can communicate to everybody.
Absolutely.
He's like a Rosetta Stone out there.
He is. He's upped his game tremendously. And just watch out for Noah, because he's going to have a wonderful year this year. He's really locked in. He had an unbelievable weight room experience this past off season. He's gained really good weight and still kept his speed. You know, he's a delight to see on that field. I'll tell you what, because he flies around. He's always around the football. So,
before we get to our keys to this game and just the overall, excitement that you have for Thursday night, I want to spotlight our alumni like we always do.
Absolutely.
We mentioned Pop was at the scrimmage and everything, but, earlier this summer, he and Tyrene Powell went out on the town and took Vineland to the ESPYs.
Yes.
How cool was that for you to see not only Pop there representing, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs in the moment, but also Vineland and Rutgers and everything, but then brings, his right-hand man in Tyrene Powell and the Rutgers-Vineland connection there, goes out on the town and is just chilling with all the stars at the ESPYs.
Again, that shows you what kind of classy person Isaiah Pacheco is. He's always going to go with with his guys. That's just how it is. Tyrene, that's one of his guys. It's what it is. It's what they do. Family first, and this is family. And our football family is an extension of family. So they've kept everything together. It was just a neat and really cool experience to see them walking in the SB. I mean, these are Vineland kids. Okay.
On the SB red carpet.
On the SB red carpet. I mean, all decked out, looking great. Both of them looked great. And it's just nice to know that they still have that relationship where they will call each other. Oh, don't worry. Come by. I got you. Hop on this flight up. And they're there together, representing this town of Vineland. I mean, for the community of Vineland, that should be such a wow moment. Like, wow, our kids are out there. They're really doing excellent things instead of worrying about all the negativity in Cumberland County. Let's start spotlighting all the good things that our kids are doing, because there's a lot of great kids, all right, and the talent that we have in South Jersey. I don't bash none of these kids. Everybody that knows me, I don't care. Millville, Brooks, phenomenal athlete. I don't do the bashing. You see, I do the uplifting because I love these kids. You know what I mean? It's still a treat to see these guys grow, and all of a sudden, where are you playing? You're the kid from Bridgeton, Mutts. Right? I mean, there's so much talent in South Jersey. So
Quinn
much.
Allen's at Syracuse.
Yes.
Marquise Bell's in the NFL.
Wait. I'm not getting his name off. Indianapolis Colts running back.
Jonathan
Taylor. South Jersey. Not North Jersey. South Jersey,
a couple years ago, Corey Clement.
Super
Bowl hero.
South Jersey. I mean, we have, and they're all they weren't all from Vineland.
Right.
They're all from different
over.
schools. And
Jack Crawford.
Yes.
10-year career in the NFL, went to the prep.
Okay. I mean, they're everywhere. And we have that talent pool here in Cumberland County and in South Jersey as a whole. I love it. I absolutely love it. Shout out to all the kids that have made it out of here to the biggest stage, and shout out to all the kids that made it out of South Jersey to their respective schools, whether it was D3, D2, D1 AA, D1. Keep putting your respective South Jersey town on the map so that the community rallies behind you guys, because I'm telling you, I know this community rallies big behind Denby, behind Pacheco, and as they should. As they should.
And that doesn't even mention both Bo Melton
Yep.
and his brother Max, who got drafted in the second round by the Arizona Cardinals this past
Egg Harbor
year.
City. It's right. It's right there. It's not far from
Cedar
here.
Creek, baby.
It's not far. I mean, we've got unbelievable talent right here in South Jersey. You don't have to no longer look up in North Jersey to, oh, wait, this guy's going to the NFL. You don't know them kids.
South Jersey Rutgers kid just went in the second round.
Yes. I don't know. I think that we're producing, and that goes to show you the coaching staffs down here. Mm-hmm. How about that one? The coaching staffs down here, because all the talk goes to the coaching staffs up in North Jersey, right? We're pretty good down here too. Mm-hmm. We're pretty good. I don't know. We're
pretty good.
Right. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. So shout out to all the guys that in South Jersey that are taking time out of their own families, coaching these kids up to become better men. Shout out to all of you, man. Keep up the great work.
And we're not going to forget to mention Tyrene Powell was named a captain
of
those Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Got his signature on Pop's shirt, by the way.
Amazing.
Thank you, Tyrene. Thank you. That gentleman is just aces across the board.
He's the next one.
He's the next one. All I want is for the Lord to keep him healthy, because he's gone. He's definitely gone. That's it.
And let's not even forget to mention, it's even more surreal. Like we've talked about, Jameel and Isaiah beat in Madden. But now NCAA College Football 2025, no free ads, is out, and Tyreen Powell's in a video game.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I mean, if dreams do come true.
3 video game characters from right at this
here,
school.
Right at this school. So be proud of your community, Vineland. Be proud of your community. We got guys doing it here that are really, showing and highlighting and showcasing their talents out there in the world, man. So be proud of your community, man.
And it just speaks volumes of what Tyreen did here, as a leader and as a captain on this team, to now be named a captain at a Division I Big Ten school with Rutgers, and what he's been able to do there and really transform that program, and follow in Pop's footsteps of really building up the Scarlet Knights football program back to where it was under Coach Schiano.
Absolutely. That gentleman there, Coach Schiano, has brought a vision and has motored that vision into existence. I mean, of course, he wasn't the one that drafted, right, Pop to go to his school, but it doesn't matter. You got him. He was there when he was there, and he honed them into a different type of player too. I can't say enough about that Rutgers program. They're just a great extension to us. Like I said, the likes of Coach Schiano and his whole coaching staff are Class A guys. These are class, and I'm not just saying it. I'm telling you. You talk to any one of those Rutgers coaches, they're Class A through and through. Just a job well done, and keep doing that great work for them kids. You guys are excellent.
We talked about a bunch of alumni because they're on the sidelines for you.
They're all in there. I love them all.
What is the excitement level, to have Donovan Bennett back with the program?
You're talking about my guy, man. Listen, when that gentleman came to me and asked, it's crazy because he was supposed to be on last year's coaching staff. But because of work, it fell through, no problem. I asked him again this year. I was like, Donovan, if you're available, I would love to have you, And he was going through a police academy at the time. But once he got out, he called me right away. He goes, Coach, you still have room? I said, absolutely for you. Yes. We got him approved. That was quick and easy, painless. And it's just neat because role reversal, right? It comes 180, if you will, right? So I used to be that crazy, energetic coach, if you will, right? And now I kind of had to take that step back as the head coach and be more even keel. Now you have the likes of Shelton. He's a nut. All right. So
to put
Donovan,
it lightly.
Yeah. Donovan's a nut. So me and Smith will look at each other sometimes, and we'll sit back and we'll be off the field to the side, and we're hearing all this. Rah, 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 rah.
Accurate voiceover, by the way.
And we're like, we look over, we're like, you know who that is. And Smith will go, yeah, Ryan's me and Donovan's you. I was like, yeah. It is what it is. It's just now we can see how he acted, and we start laughing. Because it's like that's us. And they took that and actually put it in their toolbox, and now they're using it. It's pretty cool to see, man. It really is, because now we've kind of lowered that that channel of hurrah, and now they have absorbed it and implemented it.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Donovan Bennett is one of the most unique high school student athletes of all time.
Yes.
Where he was playing football Friday nights, would still be in uniform.
Yes.
Would go out on the field, perform with the marching band.
Yes.
And then go back, get ready for the second half of a football game.
And still perform at a high level.
Insane levels. And now salute our Swolgers, the most jacked human alive. I think he's got super soldier serum and he's Captain America or something, because he is out
ginormous.
here.
He's ginormous, and he finally beat me, man. He finally. It was funny because when he came on staff, he was like, "Coach, I remember when you used to lift." And Donovan's always been in great shape, always. And his senior year, he was a tank. But he was like, "I could never beat you in lifts. I can never forget you. I could never get you." I said, "And what did I tell you senior year?" I said, you have genetics to be way stronger and way bigger than me. Right now, it's what it is, He came back about 4 or 5 years later, and I see this. I'm like, I just looked at him, walked over. I said, "So you can't beat me no more." Well, that's out the window. that went out the window, and we both started laughing. I absolutely love the fact that my former guys are part of the coaching staff and giving back to the community, because if that doesn't show you that our coaching staffs are dedicated to these kids and dedicated to making young men into productive young men in society, then I don't know what is. I mean, our coaching staff is solid. It's more than football. It's about getting these kids to school, to a trade school, or ultimately just being a productive member of society, man. It's not just, all right, let's win another chip at all costs. What are you going to do for these kids? How about the kids that don't go play football? What are you going to do for them? They were just a pawn in a chessboard? Or are you going to help them get to school, a trade school, something that they can be productive in their pursuits? Or are you just going to be that guy that only gets these D1 guys their look and share, and then everybody else is like, oh, you could do it on your own? No, our coaching staff helps every single one of our kids, period.
And, some blasts from the past. Speaking of still playing at the collegiate level, I saw some media day stuff from a couple of our guys, and during the summer I saw a transfer. Levi is going to Liberty.
Yes.
Continuing his football career at Liberty, so congrats to him.
Great
and Otis Harold back at FDU.
Yep.
One more season.
Yep. Levi, Otis, great kids. They've made their little adjustments in their lives, but they got another shot to go ahead and go out there and show the world what they can do at their respective positions. So I only wish those two gentlemen well. Great kids, man. Or great young men now. No kids no more.
And, of course, the big dog, Jamil Demby, doing his thing. And just want everyone to stay tuned, because we're working on some stuff with Jamil, too, that you will not want to miss. But was at his football camp. You were there this summer as well. And
Excellent man.
Just an unreal turnout, and it was super cool to just see all of the coaches who came out as well to help support him from all different generations of Vineland football and everything. And it was cool to see the likes of a Nate Offer out there, to Daryl Chestnut, to everybody that was out there supporting. And it was for a camp for Jamil that he had to take a year off, obviously, with rehabbing and everything. To have the turnout he did, I thought was spectacular, and just only speaks volumes of the type of product he knows he's capable of putting out for his camps and what the future holds for that.
Again, Jamil Demby, quality man. He's not going to half-step anything. He's going in, fully geared up. And he knew that he can count on me being there with my coaching staff, my kids. We were there in a big way. And, of course, he did an excellent job with his camp. It was clean, top-down, excellent job. So kudos to him and all his pursuits, because he's got eggs in all types of baskets.
Oh, yeah.
He's very different, man, in such a good way. So I only wish him all the best in everything that he's doing.
Big shout out to all of our alumni, wherever you are doing your thing. Leave a comment in the YouTube comment section if you're watching. Let us know how things are going. And, of course, Coach, game day Thursday. Yeah. Thursday night football on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. If you're unable to make it to St. Joe's Hammonton, which I said it on the broadcast on Friday night during the scrimmage, 4 straight road games is tough. If you have the ability to do so, come to these road games. Mm-hmm. Make it a takeover. Right. Come on out and support. Make that visitor section packed, because it's only going to make that first home game feel that much more fun and exciting, and the energy is going to be insane. That first home game in October, which is also very weird to say the first home game is in October. Yeah. But what are you most looking forward to get the real games going and the ones that count on Thursday night? And what are some things that you're just super excited for once 6 o'clock on Thursday rolls around?
Well, I'll tell you this much. Again, I'm anticipating this rocky road, if you will, of days, and Thursday, Saturday, Friday. I'm anticipating that, and we will be ready. Whether it's a short week, a longer week, it doesn't matter. We will be ready, and we're looking ultimately to see a disciplined Vineland team that's flying to the ball and that's imposing their will on their opponent, whoever that opponent may be. So in this case, it's St. Joseph's Academy, the Wildcats. So, again, we're going to be ready, and I know Ron Dorsey will have his kids ready as well. But again, dinner talk, man. Dinner talk.
We're back. Make sure you guys are following Vineland Football on social media. It's at Vineland FB on Twitter or X or whatever you call it nowadays. And on Instagram as well. I believe it's just Vineland Football. Schedule is available on there as well, so you can see when all the games are. We'll also be posting it on our social media, which is at Underground PHI. Subscribe to the podcast feeds, Underground Sports Philadelphia and Guzman's Gridiron on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. It does help the show continue to grow and helps more people find Underground Sports Philadelphia and Guzman's Gridiron as a whole. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel where you will get this show on premiere around 6 Eastern time every Wednesday typically, depending on game day and everything. But it will be on our YouTube channel, and it will also air 1 hour prior to every Vineland football game on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. So tune in an hour early, get your popcorn ready, get your takeout going, bring everything to the stadium, whatever it may be, and gear up for Guzman's Gridiron on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel prior to every Vineland football game this season. Big thank you to Vineland Public Schools for helping make that happen.
Thank you.
And big thank you to Red and Gray Gridiron Group and Vineland High School as a whole. And Coach, it's good to be back.
We're back in the saddle. Thank you for having me, Kyle.
This has been the Week 0 preview and Episode 1 of Season 2 of Guzman's Gridiron, presented by Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm Kyle Bennett for Coach Guz. We'll see you Thursday Night Football on VPS, and we'll be back next week breaking down the game and getting ready for Saturday afternoon football against ACIT.